Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice is nearly upon us, just shy of 3 years after its official announcement. Jace, feels like it's been forever. But it's here, it's really happening. And what better way to gear up than a list of things to read and watch before heading to your local building that projects light from a box onto a big wall and we all sit there staring blankly at it. You know, the cinema is weird when you stop to think about it. Anyways, bear in mind, this is all my personal opinion on things to catch up on. And none of it is really vital to your enjoyment of the film. So pick up all of it, pick up some of it, pick up none of it. Whatever you decide, you decide. Batman v Superman actually has some prequel comics set directly before the film, some of which are notoriously hard to get. Like this one, where you have to purchase a packet of very specific Doritos at Walmart and then put a code in at some website or something. You know what? That's not happening. But 5 chapters are actually available free online, and they focus on the characters of Batman, Lois Lane, Senator Finch, Superman, and Lex Luthor. They deal with the fallout after Man of Steel, including questions regarding why Superman would stop a speeding train but not interfere with international conflict, a Batman whose brutality has really increased over the years, and an insight into the mind of Lex Luthor. These aren't award-winning by any stretch, but they help flesh out the DC cinematic universe in a big way. Maybe not a big way, a medium-sized way. Next up, Batman: A Death in the Family. Batman v Superman is going to introduce us to a brand new Batman, poaching some very familiar elements from the comics, one of which being the death of a former Robin. Now at this point we don't know which Robin that is, but in the 80s, very famously, the second Robin, Jason Todd, was beaten to death by the Joker. Now I think we'll eventually see this story, at least partially, in live action, but for now it's an interesting look into a very significant moment from Batman's history. And I actually prefer Under the Hood, which is a more recent follow-up story arc, but I don't think that's as relevant yet, though I do think we'll probably get to that at some point. Kinda obvious this one, but Man of Steel. Now fans are somewhat divided on this film. For me personally, I feel there are a few missteps in it. Yeah, you're just gonna sit back and watch. You could get him. There's plenty of time. No, okay. But I also think there's some genuinely great stuff there. And look, even if you're not a fan, this is the first entry into this new DC cinematic universe. It introduced us to a brand new Superman. We get hints at characters that will be showing up very soon, and with Batman v Superman dealing heavily with the fallout after the Battle of Metropolis, now's a great time to revisit this universe. Coincidentally, myself and internet celebrity Nick Mason from our podcast The Weekly Planet have just completed a commentary for it, which you can find at Bandcamp or head over to patreon.com/MrSundayMovies, where all our commentaries are available. But you can actually just play it for free on the Bandcamp, so if you're interested, knock yourself out. Batman v Superman is not a direct retelling of The Dark Knight Returns, but there are a lot of elements present. The Superman with Batman in a mech suit showdown, an older, war-weary Batman, probably other stuff, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. A lot of imagery is also drawn from the book. With all that being said, I think that the 2-part animated adaptation is also really solid. So if you don't want to read because you think reading is for nerds, well, that's a pretty harsh thing to say, first and foremost. Who would say that? But if that is the case, the animated version is the way to go. Lastly, the CW aired a special a couple of months ago called Dawn of the Justice League. Hosted by director Kevin Smith and Jeff Johns, the chief creative officer over at DC, it delves behind the scenes in not only Batman v Superman, but also a stack of upcoming DC projects. We get a closer look at The Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, as well as footage from the new Wonder Woman movie, who's said to play a massive role in Batman v Superman, as well as Suicide Squad, and even a very brief look at another, hopefully better, Green Lantern movie. This certainly isn't for everybody, it's more if you're curious about what to expect, and I think it's a great summation of everything DC has planned out over the next, 5 or so years. All of those things mentioned will be linked below if you're interested. Is there anything, though, that you're keen to look into before Batman v Superman? There's things that I haven't mentioned that are worth a peek, like the new 52 Justice League Origin that deals with their formation, or Lex Luthor Man of Steel, which offers some insight into his mind and how he orchestrates a Batman-Superman showdown, like we'll probably be seeing. To be honest, though, I'm not sure what pure Superman comics to recommend, because I don't know what stories will inform what Superman will be doing. Maybe Death of Superman because of Doomsday, but I don't know. That doesn't seem to have a whole lot to do with the film. And look, if you're keen for more Batman v Superman videos, we'll have a stack covering trailer breakdowns, 50 actors nearly cast as Superman, shockingly high kill counts for Batman and Superman, ways that Batman could beat Superman and vice versa, plus a whole lot more. It's linked right there. Also, this Monday, my podcast, The Weekly Planet, we're getting into Season 2 of Daredevil. So if you want to have a listen, it's linked below. Alright, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.